This is the Hollywood Chronicles with Frank MacKay. Tune in each week for exclusive interviews with your favorite celebrities.
Frank MacKay here. So much more importantly, an American treasure. Barbara Eden is our very special guest, and she is so iconic for so many things. And again, American treasure is the best way to describe her. And we're here to talk about Christmas Con, which is happening in Kansas City, and folks listening out in that general area will probably know about it. June 9th through the 11th. Christmas Con it's called, and if you're not out there, get out there and see Barbara. Barbara Eden, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you, Frank?
Absolutely thrilled to have you, and I'll be out there. I'll be out in Christmas Con, but if you can, give us a little overview of what we're expecting.
Oh, you'll have so much fun. It's a wonderful, wonderful show. It's all about Christmas, but a fun, happy Christmas. It'll bring back memories and get you ready for the Christmas coming to us. There will be wonderful, wonderful decorations, Santa Claus, and lots of artists who have worked in Christmas movies and Christmas-themed things. I've done one other show for these people, and it's wonderful. It's beautiful. It's magical. I love it.
Yeah. How do you feel about pop culture where it is now compared to, say for example when you were playing Genie, that was just mainstream. There was only 3 stations, so millions and millions of people were watching you in your iconic role. But it wasn't really, I guess, until the 80s when we really started embracing our pop culture, and it's become a very big part of our history, our American history and world history. Am I timing it right? Is that when you started feeling people embrace the pop culture that we've had here?
I guess, are you talking about pop culture in general?
Yeah, I'm asking about the pop culture. For example, Christmas Con. I'm looking at the guest list. I mean, it's a tremendous guest list. Headed by yourself, of course. Melissa Joan Hart is there, and so many other folks. But these shows really didn't, I guess, pick up until like the late '80s or '90s. In my mind, I mean, did you see them earlier than that?
Well, actually, Frank, I Dream of Jeannie has never been off the air.
Right.
I wasn't always. I was working on other things, so I wasn't always aware of how large an audience it had. But in retrospect, I have been told that it's never been off the air. And I still get mail from people all over the world, and it's very gratifying.
It holds up so well. The cast was just wonderfully cast. I don't know who's responsible for that, but I mean everyone from Larry, yourself, Bill Daly, and of course the Bellows. I couldn't imagine other people in those roles at this point. I grew up watching it and I grew up living it, and even though you're a participant in it, you've got to look back proudly and fondly on this.
I do. I really do, and I'm very proud of the fact that so many people still watch it. I guess I've wondered about it. I think it's because we were about NASA, and many of the astronauts were with us: John Glenn, Wally Schirra, Gene Cernan. It was relevant then, and it's relevant now. And we were all in costume. We weren't in day-to-day clothes. We were all in uniform,
Yeah.
So it keeps it centered.
Well, what's kind of interesting too is this was before the moon landing, and we just I guess as a country we believed it was going to happen. We believed in President Kennedy's words, and that this is going to happen. But the show was ahead of its time. It was prior to the moon landing. Were people saying back then, or were people critiquing it like, hey, you're applauding the idea of space travel, and we really don't know if we can get there or not? Were you hearing skeptics at that point?
No, we weren't. It was interesting. We were shooting in an airfield up in Nevada, and Chuck Yeager was at that time head of the program to teach the astronauts how to fly a plane, because many of those men were scientists and engineers, but they did not know how to fly a plane. So they, when we went up to shoot, Chuck had us all come into his office, and these men walked in all dressed alike in turtleneck, dark turtleneck sweaters, and very serious. And he said, one of these men is going to walk on the moon. Well, the hair on the back of your neck goes up when you hear that at that time. And they certainly did walk on the moon. In fact, we also shot some things in Houston at NASA there. And it was Gene Cernan who put me in a capsule, a mock-up capsule, and had me land on the moon, only I crashed.
That's right. Well, listen, just wonderful to talk to you. I'm one of those people who still watch I Dream of Jeannie. I binge it every couple of years, and I just go through it, and it stands up so well. You're wonderful. The whole you and the whole cast. God rest many souls. But just congratulations, Barbara, on everything that you've done, all of your work, throughout the years, and certainly appreciate having you here. Tell us anything else we should know about Christmas Con, or anything else that you'd like us to know. And if you have social media sites or a website, please leave us with that as well.
Well, I do have social media sites, but I'm looking forward to Kansas City, because my husband is from Kansas. And we're big fans of KU basketball, Rock Shock Jayhawk, So, and I have worked in Overland Park before in the theater, at the new theater there, and I'm looking forward to seeing all my friends that I had when I worked there.
Oh, listen, congratulations once again. I'll be seeing you there, and we'll be talking about it as we let you go, and we'll be talking about it before urging people to get out there. Barbara Eden, real pleasure to have you.
Thank you, Frank.
Barbara Eden, like I said, an American treasure. I certainly wouldn't ask, but I'm trying to find Barbara's age. She sounds and looks wonderful. She was good friends with Dawn Wells, and we had one of her last interviews. Dawn Wells played Marianne on Gilligan's Island, and we had her, and she used to, I didn't bring it up, but she used to tell me. I had her several times on the show, and she told me they used to play cards with Barbara Eden. She's 91 years old. My God, she's 91 years old. It's very encouraging. We're living longer as people, but she sounds wonderful. She looks wonderful for a 91-year-old woman. You would never believe in a million years that she's 91. I'm looking at a picture that was taken 3 weeks ago. She looks fantastic. Absolutely looks fantastic. But the world is changing. I guess medicine and our understanding of health. But again, these shows like I Dream of Jeannie, they were seen by millions upon millions upon millions of people. There were only 3 networks. I know I say it all the time, but you don't have any kind of captured audience like that now. But iconic show. I love the show. I do. I watch it. I binge watched it a couple of years ago. Maybe during COVID, I binged I Dream of Jeannie, and it's enjoyable, and it is what it was, and as a counterpart to Bewitched. I don't know what they were, ABC, right? And Bewitched was CBS, I think. I just saw it in syndication, and Barbara Eden. Wow, 91-year-old Barbara Eden will be at Christmas Con in Kansas City. If you can get a chance to go out and check it out, and we'll be talking about it as we move forward. Pop culture at its best. Frank MacKay signing off. We'll see you all next time.
You've been listening to the Hollywood Chronicles with Frank MacKay. Tune in next week for more celebrity interviews with your favorite Hollywood stars.